When I did this one thing, literally my whole life changed for the better. Lads, we're going to go over some habits which will actually transform your life. You can build them and actually maintain them, stick to them. The first one being fitness and weightlifting. And why, guys, before I started working out and started lifting, I was unconfident, shy. I didn't really know who I was. No self-belief. Like I said, no confidence. Couldn't really speak to people. I looked in the mirror. I didn't like how I looked. Skinny frame. Didn't take myself too serious, to be honest. I just bit the bullet. I just got in the gym, okay? And that was even a big step for me because I wasn't a very sociable person. Didn't really like being around people. So when I got in there, I went in there with a plan, okay? So I had my exercises. I looked online. I was like, okay, I'll do this. Whatever these exercises are, bicep curl, rows, whatever I was doing for the day. Let's say it was back and biceps. But I went in there and I tried to improve each time. So I kept improving each time. And I kept turning up and I kept turning up and I kept turning up. And as I did more reps in the gym and lifted more weight in the gym, my confidence in myself, my self-belief increased. Believed in myself more. There's a mindset shift. You get more disciplined. The self-belief, you get more confidence. I started being more confident. I was a more confident person, all just from doing that. And then I looked in the mirror and I could see changes that increased my confidence even more. That's where the mind and body works in one. You feel better about yourself. You've overcome challenge in the gym, you can overcome challenge in the outside world. You start walking differently, you start talking differently. This will help in all areas of life. Fitness is a massive one. When someone sees you have a good frame as well, you demonstrate to the world that you have good discipline. They must have that trait of discipline because that's not easy to obtain. If everyone had a great physique, it wouldn't be valuable. It's valuable because it's hard to get. You have to keep showing up for yourself and the rent is due each day, so you got to pay it. The second one is failure. You must be able to embrace failure. People these days are too scared of failure, so they don't push themselves in any area of life. Oh, I'm not going to try and go for this job because I'm scared I'll get rejected, and then I'll feel bad about myself. Or I'm not going to try and go out into the dating market, find a partner, a girlfriend, someone I like, because I'm too scared of rejection. Or what if she says no? What if she looks at me, calls me ugly? People aren't willing to put themselves out there, so they never get the results they want out of life. And then you'll just be waiting in the same spot now as you are 10 years down the line. And you'll be like, oh, why has nothing changed? Well, nothing has changed because you're too scared to fail. Guys, you must embrace failure. You have to make failure your friend. Start laughing at it. Start overcoming it. You apply for a job, you get rejected. So what? You try again and you try again and you try again until you succeed. You adapt and you keep moving forward. What's the alternative? What are we going to do? If we're too scared to fail, we're not going to get anywhere. Guys, I used to shut myself down before I even tried because I was too scared to fail. How was I going to find a girlfriend or have a better dating life or a partner or whatever if I never even tried because I was too scared to fail? How was I going to get that job if I didn't even apply because I was too scared to fail? How was I going to get bigger muscles and improve in the gym if I was too scared to push myself until failure? None of these things would have happened. You need to embrace failure. And you need to know failure is a part of success. Every successful person in life has failed. It's just what separates the champions and from the losers is the champions that keep getting up and keep moving forward, okay? Keep adapting from that failure. Keep moving forward. Never giving up. Goal setting was a major one for me. Before I started setting goals, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, what shall I do for the day? Do I need to go to the gym? Oh, I could just go tomorrow. I have work for those certain hours, and then what should I do after that? Maybe I can just watch Netflix. Guys, when you get goals, you get laser focused on where you want to be. For example, I started setting daily goals. These are just little things. Could be like, okay, so today I'm going to go to the gym. Today I'm going to got work, so I'll take those off after I've done them. What else have I got to do today? Oh, I've got to message my mate because I need to tell him about something. What else do I need to do? Or maybe I need to do my washing. Just little things like that, and you just tick them off and tick them off and tick them off. Those could be daily goals, but then what? We could get weekly goals. I want to turn up to the gym for maybe 3 to 4 days, and then I can just list what days I'm going. So when I wake up that day, I know I'm going to the gym that day. I see it there, it's on the paper. There's something about writing it down as well. Keeps you more accountable, and then when you tick that off, you get that dopamine hit. You get that extra bit of motivation to move on and tick off the next thing. What else do I need to do today? I've got to go food shopping today, for example. Something as little as that, or I've got to send some emails off. You know what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. It streamlines the process, makes everything easier for you. And then you can have even bigger goals. Then you can have the monthly goals. Maybe I want to get to a certain weight. Maybe I want to lose some weight. So I want to be this weight at the end of the month. How do I do that? I go in a calorie deficit. How many calories do I have to eat a day? Maybe I've got to eat 2,500. I used to eat like 3,000, but maybe I've got to eat 2,500 to lose weight. Eat that much on a day-to-day basis to get to that weight at the end of the month. Or maybe there's a goal. 90 days out, you're going to run a marathon. You keep yourself accountable. So what you have to do on a day-to-day basis, a weekly basis, to get to where you want to be. So you have the stamina, you have the endurance to be able to run that race. So when that event comes around, you can actually overcome the challenge and beat it. We don't set goals, guys. We're going to be wishy-washy. We're not focused, not laser focused, not knowing where we want to be. Setting goals is a massive one, and that can really improve your life. Next one would be meditation, okay? And before I meditated, like little things used to kind of throw me off. I'd be, they could like overwhelm me easy, or like I'd make like a little problem, I'd make it a big deal for whatever reason. But when I started attempting to meditate first, because at the start it was quite tough, to be honest with you, I'd sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna meditate for 5 minutes, and then I'd sit down and I'd just be, loads of thoughts would come up and I'd just be like distracted. There's loads of different apps you can use, but eventually just force myself just to sit there, up to 5 minutes, just focus on my breath. Thoughts come up, whatever, I just let them pass by, just focus on your breath. And what I think this does for you, I think makes you a bit calmer, more aware. These little things which used to bother you, they're not really problems or issues. It's just like whatever, I'll just deal with it. Something as stupid as spilling some coffee on the floor. Before that could be really like, oh God, why is this? Why is that? But now it's just not a big deal. It's like, okay, spilled some coffee on the floor, just wipe it up quickly, not a big deal. Just like little nuanced things like that. You don't have to try this out, but guys, I think this really improves your life in all different areas, because you just become a bit calmer, a bit more in control of yourself. Just try and sit there with yourself for 30 seconds to start off with. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you can build up to 10 minutes. And over time, I think you'll start seeing the benefits like I did. And the next one is learning and reading. And before I started learning stuff online and reading stuff about, fitness and mindsets, psychology, why we do what we do, this, that, and the other, I would just take everyone's opinion as like gospel on certain topics. Like say for example, so like for your parents, they'll ask them about a certain thing and they tell me something, probably had like no idea on certain topics, but then you just believe it. You're just like, oh, they're older than me, parents, they must know. Or you have like an uncle or friends and you just take it as gospel. You're just like, oh, that must be right, they must know what they're talking about. Guys, a lot of people have no idea what they're talking about, okay? They just like to spout their opinions on you, impose their opinions on you, because they want to be right. It's not until I started learning online from people who've actually got to where I want to be. You start getting focused on reading and downloading different bits of knowledge into your brain. You start getting different mindsets, you start seeing a different outlook and perspective on the world. There's loads of little different books that can help you with different skill sets, leadership skills or communication skills, how to win friends and influence people, like great books like that, or The Way of the Superior Man. Any books like that, or books that are like career focused into a certain area that you want to go, or it could be money focused, you start learning about money, all these different things. Guys, when I started learning these different skills and different paths you could take in life, it really starts to make you believe you can start going after what you want to go after, because you start building up those tools on your arsenal. I always say that. I say it's like Batman and he's got a tool belt and he's got batarangs, concussion grenades, grapples. You start building up these different skills on your tool belt, on your arsenal. It makes you better. Deal with more stuff in the world. You can go after what you want to in the world. You can overcome and adapt because you've got the tool set to do so, instead of just following everyone else's opinion. It baffles me how we blindly take information from people whose lives that we don't even want to emulate or have. The next one is diet, okay? And guys, if you've never had a good, clean, healthy diet, you won't know the benefits until you actually try this, okay? So before I cleaned up my diet, constantly eat loads of chocolate, loads of crap, you name it, crisps, all that good stuff. Yeah, so all of that, and I would always have like, for dinner, I have like a massive bowl of pasta, cheese, pizza, and then when I ate it, it's good in the moment, I really enjoyed that. But once you finished it, man, just felt tired, lethargic, low energy, couldn't be asked to do anything. All I wanted to do was sleep. It's not until you actively switch over, you start incorporating, more vegetables into your diet. Guys, avocados is a big one, really good source of fat. Get that in. Start getting some fruit in there. Meat, fish, eggs, all these different things instead of constantly eating crap, okay? You feel more energized, raring to go. And when you're more energized, you're more productive, you do more things. You're less likely to laze around on the couch or lie down because you need to sleep after eating on all that pizza. Really makes a big difference. And when you start looking after your protein levels as well. A lot of people don't eat enough protein. Aim for 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So it's roughly If you're 150 pounds, just try and aim for 150 grams of protein a day, and you might not hit it each day, and that's fine, but as long as you get close to it. Diet is a massive one, and I think it's so underrated. Next one, surround yourself with winners, okay? What's that saying? If you surround yourself with 5 losers, guess who's gonna be the 6th loser? And it's gonna be you, and why? Because you get influenced by the group whether you like it or not. On their outlook on the world, their perspectives, their opinions, it all gets molded into the actions they take. Let's say you have a group of friends, and this has been me before in the past. I've previously done this myself, so I know. Get influenced by them. You go out, you weren't going to drink that day, you're trying to clean up your diet, you're trying to cut down on alcohol, and then because they keep on like peer pressure and you, I'll go and have a drink, and then you're in that environment, I can have one. It's not a big deal. And then you give in, you have that one drink that leads to 2, 3, 4. Now what have you done? You've gone against yourself. You said you were going to do something, and now you actively did the opposite. And that's because you were surrounded by a certain group of people that influence you. And yes, it's obviously your fault as well, because you can choose not to do that. But that comes with building a steel mindset as well, and a set of values for yourself. But if you put yourself in a different environment with winners, like-minded people, positive people are going after the same things in life that you want to go after. You know, they want to improve their fitness, they want to gain some muscle, look the best they can, be the best they can be in certain areas. They're also learning different things, you know, they're going to different events or activities, trying to improve in every area of life and make the journey so much more enjoyable and so much easier. It's like a synergy effect. You all push each other to become better. You surround yourself with 5 winners, you're gonna be the 6th winner. Lads, these are the 7 habits that helped me, and I know they can help you too. So if you enjoyed this video, why not watch another one? I'm sure you'll enjoy it. You got this.